Welcome to the CE Tool Den. And on this episode, I'm going to give my opinion and talk about the top 7 power tools everybody should start with that is not trade specific. Repeat, not trade specific. We're talking about DIYers, carpenters, and just anybody in general just that wants to get involved in to do stuff for their homes. Now we're talking about power tools, not hand tools. So let's get to it. Alright, for starting off, we're going to talk about drills, because this is the tried and true for a lot of beginners in a lot of different trades and do-it-yourselfers. This is a hammer drill. I've switched over from buying regular drill drivers because the hammer drill does everything that the drill driver does, but you add a hammering function and you can do stuff that you can't normally do with the regular drill driver, like hammering into concrete when you need to go into concrete. You can certainly drill a hole with the drill driver, but this is a better option. I do have a lot of drills of different brands, and most of them are hammer drills for that option, for that reason, and to test them, of course. This is another tool that has, in my opinion, gotten a lot of positive when it comes to fastening and screwing stuff, is the impact driver. Before, people would just use the drill for everything. Well, in today's day and age, I like to use the drill just for drilling now, drilling into wood, drilling into concrete. And you can use the impact driver to drill, but I believe that the impact driver is the perfect fastening tool for a lot of jobs. Here we have a Craftsman, Milwaukee, but we do have a lot of other brands in the CE Tool Den. The next tool that I think that would be an unbelievable part of the top 7 tools is your full-sized recip saw. Some people will like the single-handed recip saws, but I like a full-size recip saw because this has a lot of utilitarian purposes. Like, you can use it indoors, outdoors. You can cut bigger pieces of wood. You can use it to prune. There's a lot of uses for the full-size recip saw. I have quite a few, and the Milwaukee Super Saw and the Craftsman. I like these. Another great option that's a must-have, in my opinion, is the multi-oscillating tool. I have a few of these, and here we have the Milwaukee M12, Craftsman RP. These are a lifesaver. I don't know how we did things until these came out. I know they were invented by the Fine Company. These tools are so versatile, and that's why I put them in my top 7, because they do everything that the little things, especially for trim carpentry or just some odd and end sanding or whatever. It is fantastic. The tools are great. These, like I said, these are so versatile. I take these everywhere I go when I have to do a job, but these are fantastic tools. Like, they are so versatile. They've saved my butt a few times. And the next tool that I do believe that is part of the top 7 is a random orbital sander. Here we have the DeWalt brushless one, and it's an XR. And then we have the Craftsman. I have a few more sanders besides these, but these are fantastic sanders because they do everything that you need. They have a orbits per minute. It makes things a lot easier as opposed to hand sanding like they did back in the old days. So these types of orbital sanders have been a great addition to homeowners and carpenters alike, and whoever else uses sanders. It really is a great tool, and it's part of the top 7. So the next tool, in my opinion, is going to be your jigsaw. Here we have a Craftsman RP brushless and a rigid octane. This has been the tool for making intricate cuts. I love these tools because you can cut into metals and plastics and wood. It really is a versatile tool. Because you can do so much with them, and you can do scrolling. So if you need to do some like really like circle cuts, whatever, this is a tool for the job, because you can't do it with like bigger saws. You can't do it with the recip, really. You can't really do it with a skill saw. You can do small like curves, tight curves with these types of tools with the scrolling blade. Really skinny, small scrolling blade. A lot of versatility. It doesn't matter whatever brand you guys are in or whatever. You know, these are all must-haves. Now we get on to one of my bigger type tools is your circular saws. And I'm going to be honest with you. You know, you have your 7 1/4s, you have your 6 1/2s. There's all different kinds of circular saws. You even have those little tiny ones like the Walt 4 1/2 inch ones. In my opinion, this is just me. Some people are going to be different. I prefer the 6 1/2 inch saws. I have a Craftsman, Milwaukee, and the Flex inline saw, and I really like these because they provide a really good cutting capacity and at a light weight. I do have a 7 1/4 inch here. I do have more 7 1/4 inches, but this is like the Craftsman brushless, and the 7 1/4 is pretty much a standard saw for people that get into the do-it-yourself or carpentry and stuff like that. But for me personally, versatility-wise and weight savings and easily to handle, I prefer these 6 1/2 inch saws. And then for the like super carpenters, you have this 7 1/4 inch worm drive or worm drive. They have worm drive styles, but this one's actually a worm drive saw. This thing is big, heavy, bulky, and it uses huge batteries. Now, whether you're on a battery platform or maybe you prefer corded tools, these are all tools that you can have in a corded version. So it just whatever your preference is. If you prefer corded, if you prefer a line like Flex or Milwaukee or Craftsman or Rigid or Makita, there's so many options for everybody. Just get on a platform and stay true to yourself and stick to that one platform that has all the tools that you need. For me, I like to test. I like to buy all these different types of tools, and that's why I bring you the videos. But like, I mean, you look at my wall here, I do have, you know, plenty of drills, impacts. Well, here's my impact. This is the impact side of the wall. But see, we don't just stick to one brand. We have Rigid, Cobalt, Makita, Rigid, DeWalt. And I really like some of these DeWalt, like the DCD 850. Perfect. That size-wise, it's a great tool. This is the 12 volt. I have my 12 volt Milwaukee's, the Gen 2, Gen 3. I have a brushed Craftsman. Then I have my impact wrenches. And then we turn around and we have our drills. And we have some regular drill drivers and hammer drills, drywall gun. There's all different kinds of drills that you can get for yourself. And we have the Makita, Rigid Octane, Cobalt. But like I said, like, it doesn't matter the line. As long as it works for you is the way you should think. Like, don't get pressured by people saying this line sucks, this line is bad. Even Harbor Freight has come a long way throughout the years, and they've come out recently with their Hercules brushless, and Bauer's got brushless tools, and I say they are fantastic tools. That new, from seeing some videos, that new Hercules impact driver is really, really flexing. Like, see, we even have the Flex, by the way. But yeah, so I say that these types of tools should be your first 7, because they'll give you the option to do just about everything. Not everything, but just about everything that you need to do when you're starting out. Then you can start adding your routers, like trim routers, full-size routers. But if you're starting off, these types of tools is what you need. That's why I'm saying the top 7. I love this is exactly what I would have wanted. I mean, like I said, you can go corded, battery operated, but as far as, my opinion, these are the first 7 tools people should invest in, depending on what they want to do. And then, like I said, I'm not talking about trade specific like plumbing, electrical, or auto mechanic or anything like that. We're talking about just like carpentry, basic carpentry, trim carpentry, whatever, and do-it-yourselfers or serious do-it-yourselfers. These are the tools that people need. Now, you can choose whatever works for you, whether it's a 6.5, 7.25, or like a worm drive or worm drive style. That's all up to you. I like these, like I said, besides the 6.5 inch, because of their weight, I also like the fact that me being right-handed, the left line of sight on these saws, so it just makes a lot of things easier for people, and they have all these types of tools. So I would recommend you getting yourself in a line, corded a battery, and investing in these types of tools. Don't let people tell you otherwise, as far as like, oh, you're buying the wrong platform, whatever. You buy whatever works for you. And if you're on a budget, buy the cheaper tools. Buy brush tools. Brushless is good. Brushless will be there. Brush tools are great. Absolutely great. Buy corded tools. If you don't like battery operated, if you want full runtime, buy battery operated. There's just so many options for people nowadays, and at different price options. Whatever you can afford. And start off, and like I said, always start off with your drill and impact driver, and then build from there. Like, these are what I call the 7, Magnificent 7, because this is how you start getting into the tools, into the trades that are not specific trades. So I recommend, these are my 7 options, and then after that, you can build your platform from there and go up. Then you can get into bigger stuff, shop tools, but these are it, the top 7 tools. All right, if you like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for getting your notifications for the channel, and as always, have a good night. And I hope you guys ordered the calendar, the Craftsman calendar. We are September in the Craftsman 2023 calendar. I have a video on that. You can hit the link if they're still available. And as always, have yourself